Hello everyone, welcome to the RNG University. So today I'm going to join the Darkside and play this dang Mono-Blue Haughty Djinn deck. Alright, so I've been kind of crap talking the deck for I don't know how long I remember seeing this. I hate it. I know it's a terrible deck. It's the style of play that I hate because the play style is basically you try to get lucky early game and then snowball from that luck and win the game before your opponent can do anything to respond. So a lot of counter spells to kind of stop your opponent from being able to respond at all overall, and there's a lot of protection so that your Haughty Djinn can go over the top. So that's kind of the idea of the deck. And the reason why I dislike it so much is because there's not really any skill involved, I think. Right? There's obviously some skill involved in playing any deck, but not that much. There's not a lot of thinking involved. It's monocolor. You play the cards that you're dealt, and you hope that you have a good hand, and your opponent has a bad hand, and you win. Right? So this is what I dislike about a lot of monocolor deck and a lot of aggressive deck, because there's no strategy after the deck is being built. Now, took a genius to make this deck, and it took a genius to make sure that it is optimized in such a way that once you get lucky, your opponent really can't handle your attacks. But other than that, playing it is not fun. That's why I don't like it. There are 12 creatures in a deck. 4 Delvers, 4 Djinn, 4 Terror, and everything else is kind of just to protect it or card draw. So we got 8 counter spells in terms of Essence Scatter and Make Disappear. Actually, we have 12 counter spells and 4 Spell Pierce. So 12 counter spells, and then 7 card draw in terms of 4 Consider and 3 Thirst for Discovery, and then 2 that's either Protection or Tempo spells, so Feigning Hope and Slip Out the Back. 20 lands plus 1 Otawara. You can use that as a land, or you can use that as the channel effect. So overall, that's the theme of the deck, and yeah. So the reason why I'm playing this deck, why I'm joining the Darkside today, is because to beat your enemy, you gotta think like your enemy, right? So I'm gonna play this today and figure out what is good about this deck, what is bad about this deck, and next time I'm playing against it, I will know how to counter it, for lack of a better term. Now, I'm definitely not playing this deck because I'm sick of losing to it every single day, and I want to pick up some cheap wins with it, because you'll see as I go through the games that I'm probably going to lose a bunch of games too, because I don't really know how to play this deck yet. I've never played this deck before, so I'm going to try it out, and maybe it'll work. Maybe I'll win 7 games in a row. Maybe I'll lose 7 games in a row. Right. The idea really is just to learn about its weaknesses so that I can utilize it next time. I hate monocolor decks so much because they're so boring when there's no strategy, when there's nothing to think about. I'm going to stop whining and fight this Romulus guy. Oh, Romulus? He's not even... Okay, never mind. We got... Probably going to keep. We got Djinn in our opening hand. We don't really have that many good counter spells, but we do get to go first. Now, I might want to pitch for Delver if I'm going second. If I'm going first, I think keeping this hand is good. It's a bomb. Okay. Turn 2, nothing. I'm going to hold up my Essence Scatter in case he wants to play a creature. There it is. Alright, turn 3, still nothing. I'm going to hold up my Spell Pierce instead of playing Djinn. I think it's warranted here if he has a wedding announcement. It's a pretty good time, as the fire truck is running outside. Look, I know my play is that good, okay? But it's not on fire. Calming of Transients, can't counter that. Generous Visitor, can't counter that. So, now we're just going to be on the back foot because I thought it was going to be a wedding announcement here. We're going to play a Djinn. We hold up a Spell Pierce, but it's not really good against most creatures. Circle of Confinement. Also cannot counter that because, well... Through. I thought it was 2 or less. Oh, that's actually pretty good then. Okay, so we can Otawara it if we want to. Alright, we only have 1 thing in the graveyard, so I guess we just lose this game. So, this is what happens. See, if your opponent gets a better draw than you, you really have no way to coming back. I guess I'll play Djinn. Not sure what that does. Now, I don't know if I can mulligan that hand, opening hand, to get it to act better. I really don't think so. But maybe I can get a Delver and a few card draw spells. I have to use the Spell Pierce there so to stop him from copying the ability, but he still gets a pretty buff guy. He's not attacking with that. I'm not blocking. I'll take that. Kind of had to at this point. We got a 1 cast Essence Scatter. We can also bounce his Kami. I wanted to bounce the circle, but now I cannot bounce the circle. We have to bounce the Kami to kind of stay alive on this board. But that also is going to pump next turn and kill us anyway, so I don't think it matters too much. Can't attack this turn. I really don't think we have a way of coming out of this. Maybe he'll tap it to copy that effect. Oh, he does. Okay, perfect for us. Get back here. Oh, should let him target first. Okay, that was a mistake. A mistake that might cost me the game, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think I could have come out of that game anyways. I'm just gonna quit. This is GG. Good game from the opponent that got an aggressive start against our deck. It could also be because the decks I'm trying to play are not very aggressive. That's why I keep losing to it. And now that I'm queuing up with this deck, the matchmaker is going to just match me with aggressive decks. We're going first. 2 Delver. Gonna keep. Hello. Nemji. Is that how you pronounce your name? Nemji. Alright, Nemji is tanking on their mulligan. They're going second, so they're really thinking about whether or not they want to keep their hand, meaning that their hand's not that good. So, if he keeps, we have a pretty good chance of aggroing them. Whether or not we flip our Delver is a big deal, though. Also, depends on what they play. We might want to not play the second Delver and hold up Essence Scatter on our turn 2, depending on their color. Or, our opponent can just... Oh, they keep, so okay. It's very important to know what kind of deck they're playing now. If they keep, they probably have either a slow hand or a handful of removal. It's not going to be a combination of a fast hand and combined with removal. So let's see what he comes out with. Playing? Nothing? I'm not going to reveal an island. So turn 2, what could they play that threatens? Well, let's get that. I don't think there's anything you can play in turn 2 that threatens us, but I'll hold up the Essence Scatter anyways. Because I can then play Delver turn 3 if he's got nothing. This is Mardu. That's a weird color combination. Underdog. Okay, well, our Essence Scatter is going to slow it down. Obviously, you can Blitz later. But that's fine with us. Now we have our second Delver. That's not flipped. First Delver flipped. But we have 2 protections if we needed to. And our opponent quits. Yeah. Okay, so after 2 games, just 2, I think I see a little bit of weakness in this deck that I haven't been exploiting, is that it kind of peters out before it feels lethal, but a lot of people just don't want to kind of go through all of that and they just quit, and I definitely are a victim to that. I admit that I sometimes quit before I lose the game because I just don't want to play it out. That game I didn't really have anything. I had 2 Delvers, I had 2 protection that only lasts a turn. Oh, jeez, it's Gandalf. I don't stand a chance. I do go first though. Going first with 2 Haughty Djinns. Guess we'll keep. Yeah, I don't know about mulliganing while going first. But we have gone first 3 games in a row, which almost never happens. I do think the game shuffler or the game randomizer lets monocolor decks go first more often than not. And I have felt this the last time I played mono green and the last time I played mono white. I do feel like I got to go first a lot more often than I did And now we're going against aggro decks again. See? Oh, okay. So we played against a green-white aggro deck. We played against a weird Mardu deck. I'm not sure if it's aggro or not, but now we're playing against red, which is definitely aggro. They always put you up against decks that you're not good against somehow. I don't know how they can manage that, but here we are. Well, not you, I guess, me. I have a feeling that's what I experience more often than not. We're gonna take a lot of damage, and now we're mana screwed. Okay, so mana screw going to turn 3. If they drop a land, I'm going to quit. Okay, they have 3 lands. I'm not gonna draw a 3rd land. Do they have something big here? Hopefully it's a non-creature spell that I can spell Pierce. Otherwise, I just... Ah, okay. Well, doesn't matter what I said before. I'm just going to kind of eat all these damage. Still no lands. Okay. 21 lands is not a lot, but being mana screwed in with 21 lands feels bad, right? 3 games so far. I don't think I can get any weakness from that last game. That game just really calls for more lands, and you know, if your opponent's mana screwed, you could be playing any deck and you win. HS for Homer. What does that mean? High school for Homer? See, we gotta go first again. Still no turn 1 drops, no Delver, but I'll keep this hand because we have a lot of responses. Hopefully we're gonna draw a... Ugh. Okay, I was gonna say hopefully we're gonna draw a land, but might not happen. Our opponent's Mono-Blue now. Well, here comes our Delver. I'm gonna Spell Pierce that, because I can. He can Spell Pierce my Spell Pierce if he wants. But I do want things in a graveyard, and I'm gonna ask for 2 games in a row. So, that's something. Djinn, huh? You're gonna tap out to a Djinn? That can't be right. Okay, I don't want another scatter, I need a freaking land. Okay, so even when we get a 3rd land here, I don't know what we can do with it. That's not a land or a freaking spell. Now, this Djinn would just kill us. Alright. So, mana screw 2 games in a row. Again, nothing to learn from that. Other than this deck is trash, like I said. I mean, I don't think I've lost to it more often than I've beat it, but every time I've struggled against it, it definitely was not fun. Just like that last game, right? Sometimes you're just put in a situation where no matter what you do, you're in the back foot, or on the back foot. Rug Life. But hey, at least it's quick. I can end like 5-6 games in 10 minutes. I'm going to keep this hand. Maybe it calls for Mulligan, but I have a Consider, and I have a Thirst. I probably can draw into tangible place. Look, we got a 3rd land. All the lands we need in the deck. Alright, well, can't counter that. Gonna have to let it resolve. And I gotta think about my life. Yeah, I don't need that. Also don't need another land, but hey, it is what it is. Now we can show them our secret. Again, another aggro deck, mono white. I'm not gonna block that. That's crazy. Brutal Cathar. Alright, so we're going to... okay, I did not think this through. I forgot it's going to shift to nighttime. I hope that doesn't bite me in the butt. But honestly, I don't know why he attacked with that instead of enlisting. But I'm going to have to take that damage. I mean, bouncing the Brutal Cathar last turn wouldn't really do anything, because we just play it again. Okay, that's a lot of lands. Our Tolarian Horror now costs 4. If we take 3 to bounce this, we get a... That's kind of pointless. So let's get a Horror out. Horror. Horror. Can't say that word. Wonder if he has a remove... Oh, he can't kill this on his turn. He can try. But he's really tanking because of this activation from Guardian of New Benalia. That's not how the Brutal Cathar works. Alright, he's gonna enlist and we're gonna take 5. But have to take it, can't block, because that's just gonna be indestructible for us. It's not really good for us. These Spell Pierce are useless against all these aggro decks, but that's the matchmaker for you. Cannot play 2 spells a turn or these things will flip. So I gotta be careful about that too. Adeline, huh? Adeline. Okay, block that, and this 1/1. Should we take 3? Go? No, we can't. We have to pay the war at some point. So there goes our Delver. Well, that's a lot of lands that we're drawing. So we're gonna have to let Adeline through. That feels bad. That feels horrible. Also, these Spell Pierces don't do anything against a deck that has no non-creature spells. You gonna buff? That's fine. That's fine with us. That's not an Adeline at least. Really? Yeah, I expected that. Huh? It's not giving my Delver back. That's what it's doing. No. Okay, I don't want another Delver. Give me something that's not trash. Only Scribe to the top. Another hope. Well, play Guardian, okay. Second Guardian. Alright, so do we want to get the Delver back? Or do we want to bounce this Intrepid Adversary? No, we don't have to because it's going to flip. And he can't target a Tolarian Terror because it's going to get countered by the ward. So, okay. We were so close to losing. What the heck, opponent? You really lived that rug life. Well, we got a free win because our opponent had no balls. So, I guess we play another game. That was embarrassing for me. That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. Alright, now we're going to play against Tamer. We again get to go first, so since we have some interactions, I'm going to keep. Although they're not very good interactions. Opponent's probably another aggro deck because that's what happens. this a goal? Yeah, look at it go. I have a fish. Alright, so here's a land. Here's a pass turn. When I also plays a land, Esper Temple. Do I want to draw a land? I do need a second land, so... Or a third land. Okay, I don't need a fourth land, so that... Punish immediately, right? I only have 20 lands in this deck. Yet, somehow... should we make that disappear? Not really sure which one to use. Definitely should counter it, though. I guess Essence Scattered, because it's targeted on a creature. And I don't really know how long this is going to last. Alright, not playing anything. I'm not going to play anything. Into that nothingness. Here comes Denick. No? Emperor? Well. Should I thirst? I will thirst. Still got nothing, so I will consider. Now he has something. Emperor? Urtai? To counter a consider? Okay. Oh, here's a Horror. Let's see who's bigger, huh? Yeah, that was weird. He didn't counter my thirst, he countered a consider. Void Ren. Well, what if I just leave? Yeah, this is what I thought about running cards that can't be countered, because or running spells that can't be countered. Because I never really understood it, right? It's yeah, I can't counter it, but what if I just phase out? GG. Alright, so that was just bad play from my opponent's part because they saw Void Ren on Ward. They're like, I gotta take it. Something to remember, not to take Void Ren seriously in these situations. These games do last very quick, or end very quick. They don't last very long. So, in my previous control decks, in 30-40 minutes, I play like 3 games. I've already played 6 games today. One of the games my opponent just quit, so we count that as 5. It's only been 20 minutes. It's going rather quickly. This hand, I have 3 lands. Thirst, Fading Hope, and Essence Counter. I'm going to keep, even though it's not the best. I think I'm just going to mulligan into worse hand. So, let's keep against the West Nile. Oh, jeez. Not the West Nile. Xander Lounge. Here comes the underdog. Okay, not as straight as that. I do want to consider. I have underdogs again. Getting essence. There it is. Have our Delver. I didn't hope for Thirst for Discovery because Delver can get our tempo out better. I'm gonna pretend I wasn't here. It's fine. Go away. The Raven Man. Wait, what does this do? At the beginning of each end step, if a player discards a card, my Thirst! You monster! Didn't even think about that. I don't want a second Delver, I guess. Do I want a second Delver? I don't want a second Delver. I would reveal that. Ugh, now my Thirst is useless. Well, I guess he's gonna make me discard anyway, so. I would discard the Thirst instead of playing the Thirst into discarding more cards? I'm not sure. If he wants to attack me, that's fine. I mean, that race he's not gonna win. That's all he's gonna do. What does he get? A 1/1 black bird. Okay, so that's not too scary. Oh, jeez, why would you do that? Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna consider first. Do I want a Fading Hope? I do want a Fading Hope. This will be fun. And then do I want to spell Pierce the Ob? No, I guess I can let it out.
I'm the new boss around here.
Yeah, you get a little devil.
Or die. You work for me now, runt.
I'm going to decline.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
That's to the end, and Thirst for Discovery. See, you just waited. You could have gotten a juicy, juicy bird. That sounds weird. That sounded weird. Alright, so I'm gonna kill your Ob.
My revenge will be cruel and painful.
Yeah, well, my revenge is gonna be terrible and pointless.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
I can't react to that apparently. Okay, I can make it disappear, but that's not really a good usage of that, I guess. He can't kill my... Yeah, he can't kill it, so you can have it. You can have it out. Didn't even have that blood token now you want so much. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Oh, we got Djinn. We want that Djinn.
Not worth the effort.
Not worth the effort. Okay, so as long as they don't get another Harvester out and get another Blood out on us, we should be fine. Meat Hook Massacre. What would happen if your Meat Hook got spell pierced? Ever think about that? Okay. Now what would happen if I attack you? So this is usually what happens when I play against Mono-Blue. They have this kind of commanding lead and I just feel bad. Alright, well, that's the game. I think that's like 7 games today. We ranked up from this terrible, terrible deck that I hated playing, or I hated using. Let's talk about the deck a little bit. So if we come here and we look at this deck here, I don't really know what the weakness of the deck is. Really, honestly, if you just aggro them, any deck would just die to aggro. If the aggro gets a good hand and you don't get a good hand, you will die. So, yeah, that's one way to kill Mono-Blue. Right? And the other thing about it is I see it peter out a lot. There's not a lot of draw spells. There's 4 Consider and 3 Thirst for Discovery. Right? So that's not the best amount of draw possible. And if you don't get any of these early game, you kind of just get stuck with, you know, these Slip Out the Back or Spell Pierce that cannot be used on creature spells. Or this can be used on creature spells, and Slip Out the Back you don't really want to use on your opponent's creatures because they'll kill you. So, yeah. Aggro them, use more creature removal or creature tempo cards. Definitely will be good against Haughty Djinn decks. Other than that, I don't know. I think this is just going to effectively get pushed out of meta when people figure out how to fight it. And that is just keep throwing your... spells. Keep throwing things at it, and eventually it'll run out of counters. That's what happened to a lot of my games today. And if they don't run out of counters, you lose that game. You move on to the next one, right? And that's what I learned today. Thank you very much for joining me. See you guys next time.